How's it going, everybody? Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And pardon the mess. I really didn't feel like cleaning the room up before I recorded a video. My daughter's toys everywhere. The shelves a mess up there. I got to get a better background. But for now, just bear with me, okay? It'll probably be dirty the next time you see it too. Who am I kidding? But anyway, I was up in North Carolina twice this year already. Back in February and then again in March. We went up there to see some friends 2 months in a row. And both times I was up there, I was able to score a few comic books. I'm not really super into comic books like I was as a kid. I'm sort of trying to get back into it. It's just hard to focus on the hobby, having a toddler and just so much other stuff going on. But I collect them when I can, and I like to dive back into a lot of the comic book series that I liked as a kid. Like I was a big fan of the Aliens comics, the Swamp Thing comics, the Batman comics. Mars Attacks were huge for me, that kind of stuff. And when I was recently in North Carolina, both in February and March this year, I picked some more up. Not too many, but the ones I found, I was lucky to find. Some of them, they're helping to complete some of my older collections. So just wanted to show them off to you guys. First on that list is going to be Aliens Genocide, number 3 of 4. I believe I have issue 1, 2, and 3. Locked away. I need to go and make sure, but I was lucky enough to find this bad boy. Pretty good condition. I don't want to take them out of the sleeves right now for the video, but yeah, I just want to leave them in there. But look at that. Take my word for it. It's in great condition. I don't see any wear and tear. It just looks like a really good copy, and I don't know all the terminology to say whether a comic book is in good condition or not. But to me, I don't see any folds. I don't see any creases. The spine looks really good. I don't see any damage, or it just looks like it was maybe read one time and put back in the sleeve. And probably can't see that from there, but take my word for it. Yeah, I'm blown away. Super stoked to have this book in the collection. Moving on. Next up, we just have Aliens, number 4 of 6. Super stoked to have this comic in the series. I actually had this when I was a kid, this issue. And I don't know if it got lost in a move somewhere or it got destroyed. It probably got destroyed. Most of my comics, unfortunately, when I was a kid, got destroyed. So the ones I have left, I'm lucky enough to have, but I'm finding them again. So this, again, is in really good condition. Not as good condition as the one I just showed you, the Genocide comic, but this is in really good condition, considering it was like $1 or $2 at the comic shop. So, yeah, Aliens, number 4 of 6. Look at that. Next up, Aliens Pig. Now, I did own this back in the day. I don't remember if it was the 90s or the early 2000s, but I remember owning this comic. And it was very strange. So when I found it again in North Carolina this year, I was like, yep, gotta have it. It's really cheap. Got a great deal. So, yeah, not a bad addition to the Aliens comics I like collecting. So, yeah, Aliens Pig. I don't want to say I highly suggest this comic, but if you see it in stores somewhere, pick it up. It's an interesting little read, and I believe it's a one-off, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but yeah, very strange story. In one of the antique shops up there, also, I managed to find a pack of comics. Still sold. I haven't seen what's in these yet. I just know that on one side you can see Aliens Earth Angel, and on the other you can see Aliens Earth War. I had this as a kid. I think I had this as a kid, but I don't recall for sure. But I'm very familiar with the comic covers at least. So yeah, let's open this thing up, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 issues in this, I think. And all I can see are these 2. So let's open it up and see what's inside. It's the first time we're doing this since I got back. All right, so let's start with Aliens Earth War. Excuse me. Aliens Earth War. I'm gonna have to get some new sleeves. My hands are clean, don't worry. Not touching these comics with oily, greasy hands. Aliens Earth War, look at that. Yeah, I definitely own this book. Awesome. I'll go through that in detail later. Okay, this one looks cool. I haven't seen this one before. Number 1 of 4, Aliens Labyrinth. I'm not familiar with this one at all. Any good? Anybody seen this before? How is this little series? 4 comics total, looks like. That's weird. Strange. Pretty cool. Looking forward to that. I love all the Aliens comics, man. They were such a good expansion of the Aliens mythos. The Aliens comics were the perfect... They really capture the tone of the first 2 Aliens film, and to an extent Alien 3. But like where Alien Resurrection went its own way and then the series continued from there, I feel like the comics just were doing a much better job of keeping the vibe. Number 2 of 4, Aliens Earth War 2 of 4. Excellent. So we have 1 and 2 of 4, Aliens Earth War. Very cool. Excellent. Okay, this one looks really familiar, but I can't tell you if I own this one either. But it looks so familiar. Even the back cover looks familiar. Aliens Mondo Heat. I think this is another one-off. But yeah, Aliens Mondo Heat. Look at this weird stuff. Anybody read this? Anybody remember this at all? I feel like I remember this guy and the 2 chicks screaming, so I might have owned this. But who knows for sure. There's so many comics you see on shelves when you're a kid in comic book stores, back when we had legitimate comic book stores, that sometimes you forget what you owned and what you just came across in those stores, right? So anyways, cool, very cool. Look forward to reading this too. Aliens Mondo Heat. Moving on. Next up, we have Aliens Rogue, number 1 of 4. I did not own this, but it looks really cool, judging by the cover. Look at that. Very cool. Very cool. The art style looks very interesting, very intricately detailed. Digging it. Yeah, looking forward to that. That's cool. Aliens, number 5 of 6. All right, so we have another continuing issue of the first Aliens. Where's that comic go? Where did it go? Here it is up here. Aliens 5 of 6. So there's Aliens 5 of 6, which is cool because we have Alien 4 of 6 from earlier. So very cool companion piece to that. We're starting to get a good little grip on these little mini series, aren't we, of Aliens? Oh, cool. This one's all in black and white. That's awesome. That's something you don't really see very often. At least I'm not familiar with many of those in the Aliens comics. This might be the first black and white Alien comic I've ever come across. Weird. But anyways, yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool. Looking forward to that. Let me set some of these up here. Pardon my arm. It's in the way. Next. Ooh. Aliens Earth War number 3 of 4. All right. I definitely had at least this issue of Earth War when I was a kid. I remember this cover vividly. And yeah, that's 3 of 4. So 3 out of the 4 Earth War issues were in this pack. How awesome is that? It was like $7 for this pack. That's awesome. There's that weird, yeah, look at that. There's that weird, I remember seeing this thing everywhere. This advertisement for Give Me Liberty, An American Dream by Frank Miller, huh? I'm not familiar with this at all. Yeah, I'll check that out later. But yeah, very cool. And last, unfortunately, it didn't have number 4 of 4 Aliens Earth War, but it does have Aliens Earth Angel, which I think is a one-off too because I don't see any numbers. But yeah, I feel like I own this too. The art style on that cover looks very familiar, but again, who knows? What year did this one come out? This one came out 94, it looks like. So yeah, it definitely has that very 90s ink, glossy pages, that kind of stuff. It looks cool. The Xenomorph looks really freaky in it, though. I'm going to say I did own this. Like, the art style looks really familiar. Some of the shots, some of the, like the full bleed of the explosion, the chest burst, that looks familiar. I had to have owned this. So, yeah, Aliens Earth Angel. So those are the Aliens comics I got from North Carolina. So I'm very stoked about that. I guess you could say, well, 90% of the comics I got up there were Aliens comics. So I can't complain. But anyways, I also have to give a good mention to this, which I found in a stack, Twisted Tales, number 1, from EC Comics. I found that in a comic book or an antique shop. It was like $1. They charged me $1 for it. So very stoked. I'm not really sure what this is worth. It's in pretty good condition. The spine's in good condition. There's not a lot of creases or blemishes, or it's not really faded or wrinkled. But I won't really know for sure until I get it out of here, and I'm not going to take it out of here now. So Stoked nonetheless. Look forward to looking at this, Twisted Tales. I'm not super familiar with the series, but I've heard about it, so it's very cool that I found one. And number one at that, which is very cool. So, the last comic book pack, which I got from the same comic book pack that I got the Aliens thing at the same store, is the Max. Pack of the Max comics, which is awesome. I love that MTV miniseries put together as the full movie. I love that shit. I've been watching that since I was a kid. But I never read the comics or anything, so I'm not familiar with how many there are or, you know, what the content's really like. But when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I need to buy it. This too was like $5-6. So I'm not sure if that's what they're worth or if they just know what the price point should have been, but I was stoked. I was very stoked nonetheless. So yeah, let's look at this. So the Max #1. Very cool. Very cool. Looks like it has a reverse cover. There's Max in the Outback when he has the blonde hair. Yeah, very cool. What a weird miniseries that, right? The Is. I lived in a box. Anyways. Oh, I see what that was. So, very cool. Very strange. So, it looks like that reverse cover was just a preview of the next comics cover, because #2 is that same photo. And on the back, you can see a preview for #3, which is pretty cool. Very strange, but yeah, that's very cool. And then the last one in that pack is the Max. Whoop! That fell really good, thank God. It didn't bend or anything. Is the Max #3. This is the last one in that comic. So very, very cool. Very, very cool. This one feels a little bit lighter than the other two. I wonder if it's missing pages. I don't think so. It looks pretty intact. But yeah, on the back of this one, there's also a preview for issue 4, which is not in this pack. So I guess the series kind of went on and on and on. I'll look into that and see how many issues are actually left. If I can complete the collection without spending too much money, I will. But that's very cool. So I have no complaints about my comic book ventures to North Carolina this year. I'm very stoked about that. I love getting the Aliens comics back in order. I have so many other ones left from childhood. Not as many as I had, but still a decent amount. And I'll try to break them out one day and make a full video of my complete Aliens collection as they stand at the time that I make the video. Because I'm going to keep getting more whenever I can. So yeah, that's my North Carolina comic book collection of 2022. I'll be back when I have some more stuff to show. Thanks for watching. Pardon the mess.